I start this momentous occasion, I like to thank several people. First off, Mr. Fresh Vinyl and Mr. Leslie Chambers for allowing me to watch your videos to prepare for this arrival of this figure that I have so longly wanted. Also, I'd like to thank the X Plus Facebook Collectors Group for allowing me to post my countless pictures on there of all my collection and my countless pictures I'm probably going to take of this figure as well. Also to all the other contributors on there showing their massive amounts of pictures. Allow me to study all the little fine points of this figure. Okay, you know who you are. All the beauties you all put on there. Also the people on Twitter show me their pictures as well. I got pictures right from Japan, people with their figures as well. With all of that, I still don't think I prepared well enough, but let's see what happens. Enough talk. Let's get him open. Oh yeah, by the way, I ordered the figure through Hobby Search. I was so excited I forgot to say that during the original recording, but I'm saying it now, I got it from Hobby Search. And lastly and not leastly, I'd like to thank Summit Kaiju for allowing me to contribute as well. But we have the gigantic series, Shin Godzilla. I got the standard because I wanted more of an idle look for Godzilla from this film, okay? The Rick does look a lot better from pictures I've seen people actually have it rather than just publicity pictures that they took inside their office. But I wanted the standard. So dig in. Relax, Milo. Everything's okay. It's a little peekaboo right here. Little peekaboo. Now, the moment. Let's get him out. Why, hello there. Okay. I present to you part of the Godzilla 851 collection, the gigantic series bag. Wait, hold on. The gigantic series Shin Godzilla, fresh from the box. Smells good, still cold. I guess he just got right off the plane and got here, which, now I think about it, it's going to be bad trying to put the tail on. He's kind of frozen, but just looking at him, just... simply delightful. Alright, so part one is done. Let's just set him aside. Oh, he's just better lay him down. So I fall off the bed. Milo, it's okay. Don't worry. I'll move him in a second. Oh, that's just a protective layer. So, now we flip him over. now we have his preposterous tail. Yeah, this is just the first part of it where we have the tip. So far the sculpt looks amazing. Is amazing. Set you aside. Ooh, far move forward. Why not? Here is the main base of the tail to balance the figure, keep him nice and sturdy. Hey, so take this, push you aside. Last thing, he came with a tail stand. Okay, so do a little cleanup, and he has a date with a blow dryer. Be right back. And here we are. A milestone in the Godzilla 51 collection of X+. My first gigantic series, and I couldn't pick a better one. Well, I probably could, but what a way to start with the gigantic series. Then, the gigantic Shin Godzilla from the film Shin Godzilla. This figure takes a bit of doing. And what I mean by that is that I couldn't assemble it by myself. That means I'm getting really lazy, or I'm getting really old because I had to have help to put the tail on. This thing is very awkward to hold and very awkward to assemble. Now, I got the tail going very easily, myself, but as soon as I had to attach it to Shin himself, it was just very, very difficult. Got done, though, and he is large. He is massive. Okay, this figure is so massive, it's so beautiful, and just the way of the paint applications, the sculpt of it, the dynamic pose. Yes, there is a scene in the film where Godzilla is standing like this. Either we have this picture, or if you actually take this shot from the film where he's about to breathe his atomic beam at the city and just pretend that it's partially purple and, beams, mouth is open, That's a perfect shot, lineup right there. So, I love dynamic poses with Godzilla. Having him just standing there straight on does get a little boring at times. I like that pose, but I like dynamic poses as well when they're done right. And this is done right. It's done epically. Let's talk about the figure. So we have the face. And it is grisly. It is just destructive. It's beautiful. It's all these wonderful little descriptive terms. I love it. The eyes. Yes, they do look a little funny, but in context of the film, they look perfect. And the way how he looks in the film, it's perfect. Each individually sculpted too. Yes, I say that in every review. It doesn't matter because they are individually sculpted. They are gorgeous. Love the paint application where it's kind of yellow, where it meets into the flesh and the gums, just looking awesome. All the different rows of this Godzilla for his teeth. Then we look at the face, that angry face. At certain angles, you can't see his pupils. They just like blank white eyes, like doll's eyes. Just awesome. Okay, looking over the other side, just as demonic, just as scary, just as funny, just as awesome, just as silly, awesome. Beautiful. When we look at the skin, the lava-like skin, like the surface of a volcano, just the way how his skin is all protruding upward and burnt looking, like a Shin burning Godzilla, looking awesome. We move on to the neck. The musculature in the neck that goes down to the shoulders and the chest as his really burnt throat as well. Sort of thing. He doesn't really roar that much in the film because he can't. Because look at how much pain he looks like he's in. Probably hurts like a mother to have to roar for him. So, yeah. Moving on to the chest. You got the arms cocked up like they are in the film. And you go onto this chest, that huge chest bone. It's almost like a... it's almost like an inverse sternum he's got going as he goes into the neck. Also more musculature showing off. All the red on the inside, see the muscles and different points of sinew holding together. It's just beautiful. Going on to those big old hips. Just as Godzilla should have, those big old hips. Looking awesome. Once again, looks like a giant... It almost like a volcanic eruption. His body looks like a big glob of lava running down. It's looking awesome. Okay, you got the reds in there as well as the blacks. Just beautiful. Now, let's move on to the feet. Oh, these massive talon-like toenails. Also, not just the normal ones. He also has smaller ones protruding outward from his foot as well. Looking amazing. Look at the other foot. Just as amazing. It's like a raptor and a T-Rex and a Godzillasaur all wrapped together. Just awesome. Love the way how his foot curls up as well as he's in the mid-step. Also, I like the way how this Godzilla... Just everything about this former Godzilla I love. Just awesome. Okay, now, let's look at the dorsal plates. The dorsal plates. Dorsal plates. Looking amazing. Amazing. I love the way how on the inside of it they're red, but also goes into the skin towards the main body. That's where that all charges up and blasts outward and just looks awesome. Each dorsal plate looking great. Now, towards the bottom there is this one little dorsal plate that looks a little off, but check other figures and check more clips from the film, but I think it looks okay. So let's move on to the tail. Now this tail, like I said, assembling this guy is difficult. I needed help. I don't have any shame saying I needed help assembling this figure. None whatsoever. Placing it in to the main body is where it got me, but when I placed the tail on this end, it actually went on very easily, so, I shouldn't sell myself so short, but going at the tail, how it curls around. It seems to be going off to his right, but then goes off to his left. Looking awesome. That's why I got this. That's the last part of the video. See if he actually fits up there. Let's see what happens. As each individually sculpted dorsal plate on there, the massiveness of his tail. I think this this tail is almost thicker than the Anger is 30 centimeter. That's how thick his tail is. Just incredible. And though I never noticed this before as well about Shin Godzilla. You know, his dorsal plates towards his tail actually protrude upward, almost like they're erupting out of his tail as well. Just looking awesome. And looking at the tip of the tail, you got that little creepy looking face on there, just looking awesome. All of the dorsal plates going up to it in this. Seriously, here's my hand. That's how big it is. I can perfectly fit my hand around. That's how big that part of the tail is. Just incredible. Like, that's my hand trying to go around the actual tail. Doesn't go. This thing is massive. This thing is beautiful. And I'm very happy that he is a part of the collection. I have been wanting this figure, and I've been telling people everywhere about this figure. You know, look for pictures, look for updates. This thing is going to be awesome. And that is pretty much the show. I can't really go much further into this. Maybe I'm going to end this with a little slideshow of pictures outside, you know, more openly, so, you know, don't feel as cramped in my room. But, yeah, let me look at one more thing before we go. This tail stand. Now, as you can see, his tail stands fine on its own. However, during different times of year, things tend to sag and things tend to, you know, get all funky looking. So maybe it's good to put a tail stand on. Very simple tail stand. Okay. I've had a lot of practice with the Shinjuku landing of Godzilla 91, putting these things together. This one's more simple. It's just a metal bar. Goes into the actual base, a little spinny top looking thing. And this placed onto there. And I guess it goes like around here, I guess. Sorry, my table's not big enough. But anyway, that's the stand. That's Shin Godzilla. He looks awesome. This figure is awesome. Now, time for the moment of truth. Will he fit on the stand that I prepared? Well, let me first get him some room. I've had the 25 centimeter holding his spot for him. Can you even see him? I guess you can just a little bit, but yeah. Okay. Actually, one thing that I wish to do, because I was told that this stand might actually damage the figure. So I'm going to brace him with something. One sec. There, I made a little brace so that I place him on the grating of the stand. His feet don't dig in and damage the figure. So let's set him up like that. Should be long enough. Alright, moment of truth. Yeah, he fits. So, nothing to worry about. And actually, the bracing of the wall is actually pressing up against his tail. So, I moved it a little bit. He's up there all by himself. Now he's going to be all by himself up there. Maybe I could fit the 25 centimeter up here with him. Yes, I can. The 25 centimeters up here with the Gigantic series. He's all by himself. I don't care. That's why I got this stand. So to display him all by himself up on the top. Looks great. I'm going to put a picture right here. And I'm going to do a little more of a video around so you guys can see him up there. It looks awesome. Kind of puts the 25 centimeter to shame. If you were wanting to get the 25 centimeter, it's still a good figure, but next to the Gigantic, forget about it, okay? Don't even worry about it, okay? that is pretty much the show. I'm going to end on some stills from Shin Godzilla the Gigantic, but hope you all enjoyed this. It's a momentous occasion for the collection. Hope you all enjoyed. Y'all have a nice day, and I gotta get ready for work. See y'all later.